90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, stars Jasmine and Gino. Discuss their past, divorce, and more. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. 90-Day Fiancé. Happily Ever After, Season 9 returned with a new episode on August 3rd, 2025. Episode 5, titled There's No Place Like Home, saw Jasmine and Gino meet up to discuss their ongoing conflicts. It was an emotional conversation where the duo not only reflected on their past, when they were a happy couple, but also explored their present challenges to see if they could salvage their relationship. The two also talked about the possibility of divorce. While Gino said he brought it up in the heat of the moment, Jasmine noted that she was deeply affected by it. Consequently, Jasmine urged Gino not to make hasty decisions, especially something as serious as divorce. The 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Stars admitted that they still had feelings for one another and that those emotions wouldn't disappear overnight. However, the cracks in their relationship were too deep to ignore. While Gino was uncomfortable with Jasmine still living with Matt, Jasmine expressed concern about Gino's new connection with Natalie. Despite caring about each other, they struggled to see eye to eye. One topic led to another, and the pair started arguing over the boundaries of their open marriage agreement. The conversation eventually ended in a heated exchange, with Jasmine walking out. The conversation began on a heartfelt note, with Jasmine confessing that she never stopped loving Gino. She added that no matter what happened, she couldn't bring herself to dislike him. Hearing that, Gino reminisced about the past, when they used to spend quality time together and Jasmine would make him potato salad. When Jasmine asked Gino what he was eating now that she no longer lived with him or cooked for him, he mentioned that his recycling bin was full of frozen food boxes. Jasmine became emotional upon hearing that he hadn't had a fresh, home-cooked meal in a long time. While speaking to the cameras, Gino said, "Even though I'm very upset about what happened, I still have good memories. It's hard to just let everything go." When Gino asked Jasmine how she felt about their relationship, she admitted she still loved him and missed being with him. Gino then questioned why she hadn't moved out of Matt's house. Jasmine explained that she didn't have the financial means to live on her own, and that she always hoped to eventually reunite with Gino. However, Gino argued that if Jasmine truly cared, she would have moved out to show that there was nothing going on between her and Matt. Jasmine clarified that she and Matt were not romantically involved and that she had only followed the agreement they had previously made. Gino, in turn, revealed that he was now also seeing someone, Natalie, and was planning to bring her to Michigan to introduce her to his family. This news didn't sit well with Jasmine, who felt that Gino was ignoring the terms they had set. Gino responded that since Jasmine had already crossed boundaries, he no longer felt obligated to follow the original agreement. "Jasmine made me agree to an open marriage and then didn't stick to the rules, so she has no reason to be upset. It's been 4 months and she's still living with Matt," Gino said. Tensions rose when Jasmine asked Gino if he had become romantically involved with Natalie. Gino denied anything serious, but admitted they had shared a very passionate kiss. That comment upset Jasmine, prompting her to walk away mid-conversation. Meanwhile, another cast member from 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, recently opened up about an unexpected gift from her husband, who had previously been accused of making unkind comments about her appearance. The current season features a mix of returning couples and new challenges as they navigate marriage and personal growth. Returning cast members include Yara Zaya and Jovi Dufresne, Elizabeth Podhast and Andre Castrovet, Brandon Gibbs and Julia Trubkina, among others. Some couples, like Tiger Lily Taylor and Adnan Abdelfattah, seem to be thriving, while others, such as Gino Palazzolo and Jasmine Pineda, are struggling to keep their relationship intact. Lauren and Alexei Bravarnik are also back this season, showcasing their evolving relationship. One notable scene depicted co-star Elizabeth accusing Alexei of being unsupportive of Lauren's decisions. Lauren had previously expressed her frustration that Alexei didn't back her desire for a cosmetic procedure and instead sided with her family. He also discouraged her from pursuing a new job and urged her to remain a stay-at-home mom for their 3 kids. Recently, however, Lauren shared a positive update. According to @TheRealityTV Mess, she posted a video of her new car, which was a gift from Alexei. In the video, she says, "I've always wanted this. A car with a bow on it. She added that she's already obsessed with the Volkswagen Atlas. It's encouraging to see Lauren and Alexei working through their issues and finding joy in their marriage. Lauren appears to have reached a new level of happiness in her relationship, especially compared to where things stood when the season was filmed. Over the past year, Lauren has made some negative comments about the lack of support from Alexei, hinting that there may have been problems in their relationship. This has sparked rumors that she was unhappy with her marriage. However, Lauren's latest update indicates that her husband is making an effort to make her happy. Alexei is likely putting more effort into understanding Lauren's needs and keeping her content. His gesture of buying her a new car shows his desire to pamper her and support her independence. Alexei likely gave Lauren a car out of love, but it may also serve as a way for him to enhance his image in front of her and their fans. Alexei has expressed his desire for a bigger family, so perhaps the gift is meant to encourage Lauren to consider having another baby with him. On the other hand, it could simply be a gesture to make her feel more empowered. Alexei envisions a traditional household where he is the breadwinner and Lauren takes care of the home. Therefore, by giving his wife a car, the 90-day fiancé, happily ever after, cast member is ensuring she doesn't have to seek employment. We start with Gino and Jasmine's reunion, which began on a somewhat civil note and then quickly devolved into a heated argument that made me reach for the mute button. There's shouting, and then there's whatever. That was an intense emotional exchange that could shake anyone watching. Here's the thing. Gino's sudden change of heart about his marriage isn't that sudden. It's painfully clear he's been mentally preparing to exit for a while. Probably since the first time Jasmine gave him a disapproving look for wearing that infamous hat indoors. He's been stewing in suspicion about Matt long before agreeing to an open marriage. And yet somehow he's casting himself as the victim? Sure, Jan. The irony is strong. Jasmine has put up with Gino's many fibs and half-truths, but the moment she's accused of moving on, he's practically talking divorce. And of course, instead of owning his role in the breakdown, Gino defaults to emotional manipulation until Jasmine is second-guessing herself. What's truly surprising is that members of Gino's own family are siding with Jasmine, essentially telling him to reflect on his actions. If your relatives are siding with the woman you've been blaming for months, maybe you're the issue. And now, with the major revelation that Matt is Jasmine's baby's father, this storyline has gone from dramatic to downright jaw-dropping. If Gino had any remaining desire to save this marriage, that motivation likely just vanished. Expect him to use this moment as a launchpad to finalize a divorce and move on to the next chapter of his life. Matt, meanwhile, actually listens to Jasmine, treats her with respect, and doesn't seem to rely on quirky fashion accessories to define himself. You could argue she's moving up. And if the drama teased in the 90-day fiancé, happily ever after? Season 9 trailer is any clue. The upcoming party where Jasmine and Natalie are in the same room will be the kind of scene reality TV lives for. But seriously, why are two grown women arguing over Gino? That's not a situation anyone would envy. After a night at a hotel celebrating their belated honeymoon, they have a quiet dinner together when the topic of his parents comes up. Georgie is nervous about Darcy meeting them, remembering their expectations for him as a bright, ambitious kid, and worrying that his current life may not align with what they envisioned. Darcy interprets this as a slight, asking if he's embarrassed by her. She also questions whether he's told his parents he's truly happy in his marriage. Georgie replies that he never complains to them, but that wasn't what she asked. Georgie remains concerned his parents will criticize Darcy, though it's unclear whether he's more worried for her sake or his own. Gino has dinner with his cousin Dana and Dana's wife Michelle, both of whom say they're still close with Jasmine. He tells them he's invited his new girlfriend Natalie to Michigan, and they quickly point out she looks exactly like Jasmine, something Gino oddly doesn't confirm right away. And they're more curious about his recent argument with Jasmine. He shares his belief that Jasmine cheated and says he's asked for a divorce. Michelle and Dana aren't convinced Jasmine actually cheated, and note that she doesn't speak poorly about him to others. They encourage Gino to meet with Jasmine again calmly before making final decisions. That suggestion ends up being some serious foreshadowing. Meanwhile, Jasmine is getting a pedicure with Matt sitting nearby, just like very close friends might do. Jasmine insists their relationship is purely platonic, though Matt seems uncomfortable with that title and is quietly hoping Gino makes another misstep, so he has a chance to be more than a friend. Later, she and Gino meet for lunch. Things begin on a good note. They're laughing, reminiscing about old memories, and Jasmine even tears up, saying she still loves him and misses what they had. She asks about the divorce, and he admits it was kind of an impulsive idea, but he wants to know why she's still living with Matt after 4 months. She tells him she and Matt are just roommates, and Gino asks if they've been close, which she confirms, saying it falls within their open marriage agreement. However, Gino feels like he can't trust her, and now she doesn't trust him after he met Natalie in Las Vegas. They argue until she storms off and leaves. Yara is struggling a little because Jovi has to leave for 3 weeks at a time due to his job, but she's been building her luxury dog accessory business. There's one catch: they don't own a dog. But Yara surprises Jovi at the airport with a new addition, an adorable puppy named Mila, chosen by their daughter Mila. And yes, they agree it's confusing. Jovi doesn't dislike the puppy, but wishes Yara was focusing on expanding their human family. Yara, however, doesn't want to add another child into the mix with Jovi gone so often, and suggests that once her business succeeds, he could quit his job. She's committed to making the business a success and does a photo shoot with Mila, the dog, with the help of fellow 90 Day star Lauren. One problem though, Lauren isn't a skilled photographer and all her shots are off or blurry. Yara is frustrated, but Lauren shrugs it off because she was doing the photos for free. Lauren also hints at some tension with Alexei, who has been pressuring her about being more traditionally feminine despite her staying home to care for their 3 young kids. Yara observes that while Lauren and Alexei may seem like the perfect couple on the outside, they have their share of issues. She describes Alexei as a bit controlling and immature. Tiger Lily and Adnan have moved into their cabin with the $12,000 toilets, where Adnan continues to vape despite Tiger Lily's objections. More frustrating than the habit itself is his dishonesty about it and refusal to quit. At the very least, Tiger Lily wishes he would stop around her, especially since she's pregnant. The next day, Adnan drives them to visit her dad and stepmom, Steve and Brenda, who are still unsure about the relationship. They meet at a Texas BBQ restaurant, and Adnan has to avoid some dishes due to his religious dietary restrictions as a Muslim. After initially complaining about American food, he ends up loving the BBQ beef. It's the happiest he's seemed on camera. More importantly, the topic of Tiger Lily possibly converting to Islam comes up. Steve and Brenda try to understand the religion, though they express concern about lifestyle changes, such as Tiger Lily potentially dressing more modestly. She says she wouldn't mind doing that if she chooses to convert. However, the emphasis is on if, though Adnan brings it up again in a joint interview. Brandon and Julia have moved past a disagreement about his parents pressuring her to get a second opinion on her fertility issues. They spend time at the beach with friends who have a baby, which gives the couple a case of baby fever. Watching Brandon play with the little one brings Julia to tears as she opens up about her past diagnosis in Russia and agrees to see another doctor. Understandably, Julia is anxious on the way to the appointment. She's afraid of hearing bad news again. Thankfully, they meet with kind nurses who walk them through the process and mention possible physical complications that could be affecting her ability to conceive. A popular couple from 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, has also welcomed a new addition. In March 2025, David Toborowski and Annie Suin celebrated the birth of their daughter, Minthira, after overcoming many challenges in their journey to parenthood. Jasmine Pineda, who is also featured in Season 9, had a similar milestone when she welcomed her first child with her friend Matt Branis earlier this year. She shared her happiness about becoming a mother again in March. Yara Zaya and Jovi Dufresne, who already have a daughter named Mila, recently adopted a puppy named Mila, which their daughter named. In a video posted by 90 Day Fiancé, Yara meets Jovi at the airport and introduces him to their new pet. While Jovi expresses concern about how the dog might affect their home in Miami, especially the furniture, he seems open to the idea overall. It's encouraging to see Yara taking on a new responsibility and expanding their family in a different way. Although it's not a baby, caring for Mila shows she's thinking about their future together. Jovi, too, appears to be adjusting his expectations and embracing the role of a dog dad. This new chapter may help the couple decide whether they're ready for more children later on. If they can handle the demands of raising a puppy, it might give Yara the confidence to consider growing their family further. 90 Day Fiancé. Happily Ever After is a popular spin-off of the original 90 Day Fiancé series that follows couples who have already tied the knot and are now adjusting to married life. While the original series focuses on these couples during the 90-day countdown to marriage, Happily Ever After dives into the next phases of their lives, with some couples still facing family tension, communication barriers, and cultural differences. Season 9 reintroduces viewers to familiar faces, including controversial couple Elizabeth Podest and Andrei Castrovet, as they discuss whether they should move their entire family to Moldova. Known for ongoing tension with Elizabeth's family, much of their drama has centered around her siblings, especially her brother, Charlie Podest, whose rocky relationship with Andrei once led to a physical argument at a family barbecue. This season, the couple considers relocating to Andrei's home country of Moldova. Despite concern from her family and friends, Elizabeth is seriously thinking about the move. In episode 4, Elizabeth, Andrei, and their 2 young children travel to Moldova to see if the trip might help her decide. Upon arrival, Elizabeth admits she feels overwhelmed. The family will be staying with Andrei's parents, meaning 6 people, 2 of them small children, will be sharing one bathroom. Another challenge for Elizabeth is the language barrier, as she doesn't understand Romanian. During a dinner with Andrei's family, she struggles to follow the conversation as Andrei speaks with his father in Romanian, explaining that he's been trying to convince her to move, but it's been difficult. Later, Elizabeth learns the family is throwing a party, but isn't sure why. At the event, she is surprised to see the entire extended family and a traditional Moldovan band. Andrei gives a speech entirely in Romanian, leaving Elizabeth confused. I am not fluent in Romanian. I'm very limited in my vocabulary. Some things get lost in translation, and this is one of them. I feel kind of clueless because I don't know what's going on, she shares in a confessional. The evening ends with fireworks, and Elizabeth is still unaware of the party's true purpose. When Andrei finally explains why the event was held, it's clear the surprise may cause new tension between the couple. Before the trip, Elizabeth spoke with fellow 90 Day Fiancé stars Lauren Bravarnik and Yara Zaya about possibly relocating. Both women voiced concern. Yara questioned the practicality of the idea, while Lauren felt the decision needed to be mutual and well thought out. In a confessional, Lauren stated, "Honestly, I get it. He came here for her, but that's a decision they made together." Later, she expressed frustration with Yara for suggesting the move might work out. I'm annoyed that Yara is encouraging Elizabeth to move to Moldova because, as her friend, you should want what's best for her. I care because I understand her position. We both married strong-willed Eastern Europeans. A Reddit thread discussing the potential move raised doubts about the authenticity of the storyline. Commenters questioned the feasibility of such a drastic relocation, particularly the difficulty of enrolling the children in school, navigating a new language, and securing work. Although Andrei claims he could work remotely from his US-based job, the 7-hour time difference between Moldova and Florida poses challenges. Without a doubt. And the production is doing that thing they love where they film for 6 days and stretch it into months of content, one commenter wrote. Another user brought up past remarks from Andrei. Didn't Andrei say in earlier seasons that he met Libby in Ireland because he couldn't return to Moldova due to legal or political issues? Or am I misremembering? A different viewer added, no one really believes they're seriously planning to move. They're just visiting family and trying to create a storyline because their segments are usually uneventful. So, is the couple's move to Moldova genuine or just part of the show's drama? That remains to be seen. Viewers will have to keep watching to find out how Elizabeth responds to Andrei's unexpected proposal to relocate their family abroad.